My beloved child, my precious light, the one heaven cannot stop watching. Something inside you shifted the moment you read that line, didn't it? That sudden tightening in your heart, that strange pull in your chest, it's happening because a presence you once knew, someone whose laughter still echoes in your memory, is reaching through the veil right now. And Archangel Michael says, I ordered you to open this now. You have been warned. Those words aren't here to scare you but to snap your soul awake, because a message meant only for you is finally breaking through. There is a sacred urgency in the air around you. Feel it. Someone you love deeply, someone whose absence still aches inside you, has been trying again and again to reach your spirit. Tonight that blocked door finally opened. Archangel Michael himself pushed it wide so nothing could stop this moment. Before we go deeper, pause for one breath and hit like, share and subscribe so you never miss messages heaven releases for you. These words aren't random, they are timed. Your heart knows this is real. That familiar warmth brushing against you right now. That's them. The person who once held your hand, who once wiped your tears, who once said your name with pure love, they are leaning close on the other side. And they're whispering with urgency, stay, don't scroll away from this, I've waited too long to reach you. Heaven doesn't allow moments like this without reason, and tonight the divine timing clicked into place. Listen closely. The stars don't bend for ordinary moments, but tonight they have leaned closer to your window, drawn by the weight of the message coming through. Your heartbeat reacted the moment you saw Archangel Michael says, because your spirit remembers truth even when your mind forgets. A family member in God's light is trying to lift a burden off your heart, a burden you've carried silently for too long. The restlessness, the heavy dreams, the strange uneasiness at night, none of that was random. It was your soul sensing this message burning in heaven, waiting for release. God says, deliver it now. Do not wait. Do not let my child slip past this moment. And so Michael came, sword in hand, cutting through everything that once blocked the connection. That's why you felt pulled to open this. Not by chance but by divine arrangement. This moment was written into your life long before your first breath. And now the one you lost is closer than the air you're breathing. Their message is gentle but urgent. Something is shifting around you. Your spirit has already felt it, that strange tension, those sudden waves of emotion, the way old memories keep returning. They've seen what's ahead, not to frighten you but to guide you. And right now their presence might send chills down your arms or warmth across your face. That is them. That is heaven saying, you are not alone. This is your moment to stay. Don't let doubt make you look away. Like, share and subscribe so these messages continue to reach you at the exact time your spirit needs them. Heaven doesn't knock loudly, it knocks with meaning. Hear this with your whole heart, the one who passed didn't disappear. They didn't fade into darkness. They stepped into a brighter life, and from that place they've watched you struggle with things you never deserved to face alone. They've watched you blame yourself for things that were not your fault. And they've watched you carry guilt, pain and silence that heaven never meant for you. Archangel Michael says, your tears were seen. Your loneliness was heard. That's why you feel their nearness right now, as if someone is standing quietly in the room. They have been waiting for permission to reach you, and tonight God finally said yes. The message they bring is simple but powerful. Stop punishing yourself for what you could not control. Stop thinking you failed them. Stop believing you could have saved them. Their soul is at peace, it's you they are worried about. They want you to move forward without carrying the weight of the past on your back. They want you to breathe again without guilt pressing on your lungs. They want you to sleep without fear waking you up at night. But there's more. They also come with warning wrapped in love. There is someone around you whose intentions are not pure, someone whose words do not match their hidden thoughts. Your loved one sees what you cannot. They want you to be prepared, not frightened. Heaven reveals danger only when protection is already in place. And through all this they want you to know one truth above everything else: they never left you. They walk with you in ways you can't see, guiding, shielding, whispering strength into your spirit in moments when you think you're falling apart. And the fact that you are reading these words right now is proof that heaven still interrupts earth for your sake. My beloved child, stay connected, stay open, and keep your heart aligned with messages that lift you, guide you, and protect you. Like the video, share it with someone who needs this reminder, and subscribe so these divine whispers always find you in time. And if your heart feels called, you may express your support further. You have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $10. This message was almost delayed. For hours heaven was waiting for you to pause long enough to see it. And now that you have, something in the air around you has shifted. You can feel it. The way the atmosphere seems heavier, almost electric, like a presence is sitting beside you watching your reaction. That is not imagination. That is the moment heaven has been trying to bring you into, the moment where the unseen finally steps forward and becomes impossible to ignore. The timing is too perfect for coincidence, too sharp for chance. You may feel your heart beating faster right now, and that is because the truth is brushing against your spirit. Archangel Michael says, when God opens a door in the spiritual realm, your soul recognizes it before your mind does. And that is exactly what's happening. Something within you already knows this message isn't ordinary. It's as if your inner world has suddenly gone silent, waiting for the next word like it's oxygen. My child, listen carefully, because the one who crossed over, the one who once loved you in ways no one else ever understood, is closer than they have ever been since the day they left the earth. They've been watching moments you thought were invisible, hearing the cries you tried to swallow, and feeling the weight you carried alone. And they could no longer stay quiet. They pushed and pleaded until heaven said, let the message pass through. There's a reason your spirit feels shaken, not by fear but by recognition. The one who has been reaching for you is not just trying to speak, they are trying to protect you. They have seen the shadows that tried to form around your path, the traps that were being set without your knowledge. They knew what was brewing long before you sensed anything. That urgency you feel is not pressure, it's love stretching across realms. But here's the deeper truth they want you to know, the truth they have waited for the perfect moment to reveal. Something in your life is about to change direction, and you've been feeling it without understanding it. You've sensed that something is coming, something close, something important. That wasn't anxiety, it was spiritual alignment. Heaven has been preparing a shift and you are standing right at the edge of it. Archangel Michael says, "Do not take this lightly." When heaven sends a voice from the other side, it means timing has reached its breaking point. The one you love is not coming to warn you of harm, they are coming to guide you into the blessing that was meant for your name long before you entered this world. They are coming to push you out of the fog you've been trapped in so you can see the road clearly again. And I need you to understand something powerful, something you might not have realized. Your tears, your loneliness, your nights staring at the ceiling weren't signs of weakness. They were signals heaven responded to. Each tear was a message, each silence a prayer. What you thought went unnoticed became the very reason this message was allowed to cross the veil. You are not reading this by accident, my beloved one. Heaven does not chase the distracted. Heaven reaches only for those whose souls are ready. And your soul has been calling far louder than your mouth ever did. You've been carrying a weight in your heart that you never spoke out loud, but heaven heard every unspoken word, and the one who passed felt every hidden ache. Now hear this clearly, because this is the part your loved one pressed hardest to deliver. There is someone in your life right now whose intentions are not what they appear to be. Their smile is not honest and their presence is not pure. Your loved one has seen this from the other side and their spirit trembled until this warning could reach you. But this is not a message of fear, it's a message of preparation. With the truth revealed, you will not be caught off guard. But that is not all, because alongside the warning comes something far more powerful, a promise. There is a blessing hovering over your life, a blessing that was delayed only because you were not ready and the path was not safe. But now, because this message has reached you, the door that was locked is beginning to open. You may not see it yet, but you will feel it first in small signs, then in sudden shifts, and finally in a wave that changes everything. And child, let this settle deep into your heart. The one who crossed over is proud of you. They have watched you rise through things that should have broken you. They have seen you hold yourself together when you were falling apart on the inside. They have seen you keep loving even when love wounded you. Their spirit glows with pride because you never stopped moving, even when you moved with trembling steps. Archangel Michael says, stand firm. What is coming will not break you, it will lift you. And you need to hold on to that. The storm you've been fearing will not reach you the way you imagined. The shadow you felt behind you will lose its grip. And the door that seemed stuck will swing open when you least expect it. My beloved child, this message is not meant to scare you. It is meant to position you. It is meant to place you in front of clarity instead of confusion, in front of truth instead of deception, and in front of blessing instead of delay. You were never forgotten. You were being aligned. Stay until the final word, because your next steps are being shaped even now. Heaven has not just spoken, it has acted. And your life is about to reflect it. There comes a moment in every destiny where the air itself feels charged. This is that moment. The reason your heart is beating a little faster, the reason your spirit feels strangely alert, is because something in the unseen is shifting around you. The message reaching you right now didn't wander here by mistake. It was guided, it was carried, it was delivered with purpose sharper than lightning itself. My beloved, listen closely, because heaven rarely moves this loudly. Archangel Michael says, he does not stand guard without reason, and tonight the reason is you. The weight you've been carrying, the confusion you've been walking through, the quiet cries you hid from the world, none of it escaped heaven's notice. What you thought was silence was actually preparation. What you thought was abandonment was alignment. And what you thought was coincidence was divine timing unfolding with precision. Feel the truth rise inside you. That warmth brushing your spirit, that sudden awareness, that quiet pressure in your chest, it's not fear, it's recognition. Something deep within you knows these words are meant for you. Because they are. Your journey has reached a turning point, and heaven refuses to let you walk into the next chapter without clarity. God says, my child, I have watched every step you took in the dark. I have seen the burdens you never spoke of. And now I am sending help. These are not empty promises. These are not poetic lines. This is a divine interruption, one meant to pull you back to the path prepared for you long before your heartbreaks, long before your disappointments, long before your doubts. Archangel Michael says, stand firm, beloved one. A lie has been circling your life, a deception woven to drain your hope. You may have sensed it, those sudden waves of discouragement, those moments where you doubted your worth, those whispers that made you question if you were truly loved. Those whispers did not come from heaven. They came from a place that fears your rising. But hear this. The moment truth enters, darkness loses its grip. And truth is entering now. Look at how everything led you here. Think of the nights you stayed awake wondering if anyone saw your pain. Think of the mornings you forced yourself to rise even when your spirit felt heavy. And still you kept going. That is proof of strength heaven refuses to let go to waste. Your loved one, the one your heart aches for, the one you wish you could hear again, holds no sorrow now, only clarity. Their memory isn't haunting you, it's guiding you. Their love didn't end, it transformed. And in this sacred moment of storytelling and divine metaphor, their presence is honored through the wisdom reaching you. They would tell you this if they could. Do not let fear steal your future. Do not let grief blind your purpose. What is ahead of you is bigger than what broke you. And heaven amplifies their message so the truth sinks deeper than the wounds you've carried. Beloved, feel what's happening around you. That softening in your chest, that sudden calm settling over your thoughts, that subtle shift in the room. These are not illusions. These are signs that you are stepping into alignment with what was always meant for you. A new season is rising, one where clarity replaces confusion, strength replaces exhaustion, and peace replaces fear. Archangel Michael stands guard as this truth is spoken. Someone has been underestimating the resilience inside you. Someone thought you would crumble. But heaven saw you stand again and again and decided it was time to send reinforcement. You are not walking blindly anymore. The fog is lifting. The traps set against you are being revealed. And the blessings marked with your name are beginning to move in your direction with unstoppable momentum. What once was delayed is now accelerating. Before you continue, pause for 1 second, breathe. If this message is reaching your spirit, like, share and subscribe, not out of habit but to keep this light moving through the world. Someone else needs this just as desperately as you did. Now listen carefully. The energy around your life is shifting so quickly that even your emotions are struggling to keep up. The heaviness you felt this morning won't survive the days ahead. The battles you fought alone are about to be replaced with breakthroughs you didn't expect. Joy is returning, strength is returning, clarity is returning. God says, the chapter you feared is ending. The chapter you prayed for is beginning. Stay present, stay grounded, stay aware. This message found you because heaven is preparing you. And nothing, absolutely nothing will be able to stop what is coming next. My beloved, if your spirit is trembling right now, it's because truth has finally found you. The moment you paused on these words, the atmosphere around you shifted as if heaven itself leaned closer. That shift is not imagination. It is the response of a soul that recognizes its appointed moment. When God arranges such an encounter, nothing about it is accidental. Every breath you're taking right now is aligned with a purpose greater than anything you've carried before. And Archangel Michael says, listen closely, child, because this is where the veil grows thin. You may not see them with your eyes, but the presence brushing against you, the warmth, the pressure, the sudden quiet in your room is the evidence that heaven has gathered around you. Your loved one stands nearest, their spirit pressing urgently through these words, trying to make sure you do not miss what they fought so hard to deliver. Think for a moment how many times life pulled you away from moments like this. How many times you almost scrolled, almost dismissed, almost ignored the tug on your heart. And yet tonight something inside you whispered, stay. That whisper was not your mind. That was heaven guiding you. That was your loved one saying, don't go, this is the moment I have prayed for. Beloved, your heart remembers what your mind has forgotten. You were never created to drown in pain. You were never designed to carry sadness like armor. There is power in your bloodline, power that the enemy hoped you would never discover. That is why the battles were so heavy. That is why the nights were so long. But your loved one in heaven saw beyond the storms. They knew that you were the one chosen to break patterns, to heal generations, to rise where others fell. And Archangel Michael says, rise now. This is your turning. Feel the heat in your chest, the sudden spark of strength you can't explain. That is not emotion, that is activation. Heaven is awakening something inside you. The pain you lived through was not meant to crush you, it was meant to awaken you. Your loved one has seen what's ahead, both the blessings and the threats, and they refuse to let you walk blindly. My beloved, this is why your spirit is stirring. Heaven doesn't move like this unless something is about to shift dramatically in your life. And your loved one is pleading, do not doubt this moment. Do not let fear silence your steps. You are stronger than you know. Their voice trembles with love because they have watched you carry burdens that would have shattered others. Yet you kept walking even when no one saw your strength. But hear this, you are not meant to carry that weight anymore. The heaviness that has been clinging to you is breaking even now. The tension in your chest, the sudden urge to breathe deeper, these are signs. The angels are lifting what your soul has been holding for far too long. And your loved one whispers, let it go, let heaven take it. You don't have to be strong alone anymore. Beloved, there is something else you must understand. Someone around you has not been truthful. Someone has spoken with honey but acted with poison. Heaven has seen their intentions. Your loved one has seen the shadows around them. And that is why this warning comes, not to frighten you but to equip you. Once you see the truth, deception loses its power. The moment light enters, darkness scatters. Archangel Michael stands guard as these words reach you. His sword is drawn not to strike fear but to shield your destiny. He says, child, be wise. Do not give your trust cheaply. Your spirit has felt the unease, honor that signal. Heaven reveals so you can rise, not fall. And beloved, feel this next part deeply. Your future is not dim. It is luminous. It is wide and bright and filled with doors that are about to open faster than you can imagine. The enemy tried to exhaust you so you would stop before reaching them. But heaven has come tonight to ensure you keep moving. You are closer than you think, much closer. Your loved one is saying, I have watched you walk through shadows, but now I see the light gathering around you. Do not quit. Your breakthrough is already forming. Their voice is filled with joy, not sorrow. With pride, not pity. They see what you cannot yet see, a restoration you never expected, a blessing that will silence every doubt you've ever had. Beloved, this moment is sacred. Do not rush. Do not push away the presence you feel. Close your eyes for just a heartbeat and breathe. You will feel the warmth rise again, that is heaven confirming that this message is yours. Stay here. Let these words settle into your spirit. Let the revelation reach the parts of you that have been silent and aching for years. Because tonight heaven didn't just send comfort. Heaven sent clarity, heaven sent warning, heaven sent strength, heaven sent love. And most of all, heaven sent truth. You are chosen. You are protected. You are rising. Every time your spirit begins to stir like this, it means heaven is shifting something around you. And right now there is a stirring so deep that even the air feels different. Because hidden beneath these words is a truth your soul has been craving, one that breaks chains, exposes deception, and awakens your calling. My beloved, the moment you pressed play, something ancient and divine began to move toward you. Not by coincidence, not by chance. But because heaven decided this is the night your clarity returns. There is someone around you whose presence has felt strangely heavy even when they smile. You tried ignoring the discomfort, telling yourself you were imagining it. But heaven says, no, your spirit wasn't confused. It was discerning. Their intentions were wrapped in sweetness, but their heart was not aligned with you. God says, I warned you in whispers, but tonight I warn you in thunder. Not to scare you but to protect what you are about to become. And hear me, protection is already in motion. Archangel Michael says, the trap they built is already shattered. What they planned quietly will fail loudly. What they hid will surface. What was intended to drain you will instead elevate you. That is why you must stay, child. Because these words are not simply spoken, they are delivered. Right now, as your eyes move across these lines, your spirit is waking up. That trembling inside you is not fear, it is recognition. Recognition that the voice you feel in this moment is the same voice that lifted you in your darkest nights. The same voice that whispered comfort when no one else knew you were breaking. You are reading, but your soul is listening. Beloved, heaven is leaning close to you. Your loved one, the one who crossed into glory, is nearer than the breath you just took. They are not watching from far away, they are watching from a place closer than memory. They came with a message, a plea, a push of divine urgency. Do not shrink, do not fear, do not dim. There is more ahead for you than you ever imagined. And as they speak, the room you're sitting in begins to shift. You may not see it, but your spirit does. Angels are repositioning around you, removing heaviness, cutting cords, lifting the weight that has been sitting on your chest for months. God is surrounding what once surrounded you. The situation that made you feel trapped is now losing its power. The enemy expected you to break, but your faith is rising instead. They expected silence, but your spirit is roaring back to life. This reversal is your sign. This breakthrough is your confirmation. This moment is your turning point. Archangel Michael says, "Open this now, because the timing is not just important, it is divine." Heaven scheduled this encounter to intercept an attack and rewrite your next chapter before the enemy could touch it. Beloved, breathe. That warmth in your chest is not imagination, it is resurrection. The part of you that felt numb is waking up again. You thought the flame inside had burned out, but heaven has been guarding the ashes, waiting for the right moment to revive them. And this is that moment. You are stepping into a season where your sensitivity will become your strength, your intuition will become your compass, and your connection to heaven will become unshakable. Your loved one is speaking again, and their voice carries endless tenderness. Do not think of me as gone, I am still cheering for you, I am still guiding you, I am still praying for you with a clarity I never had on earth. They see what you cannot, from heaven's height they witness the greatness forming inside you, the strength you gained through battles you didn't deserve, the grace that carried you when you almost gave up. Child, look at how far you've come. Every night you thought was your end became a night heaven used to rebuild you. Every tear you cried became a seed for strength. Every betrayal became a redirection. You are not who you were a year ago. You are not even who you were yesterday. Something radiant is forming inside you, a courage that refuses to bow, a hope that refuses to die. Tonight heaven is touching the places that once felt unreachable. You are being reminded that you are chosen, marked, and fiercely protected. God says, I have seen every attack, every wound, every lonely moment. And I am turning them into fuel for the destiny ahead. You were never meant to live small. You were never meant to dim your fire to make others comfortable. You were born to shift atmospheres, to carry light into shadowed places, to stand in rooms that could not contain you before this moment. And before this message ends, lean in. Because what you feel right now, the warmth, the pressure, the sudden clarity is not random. It is alignment. It is heaven confirming, you are stepping out of the old story. You are rising into your true identity. Let this message settle into you. Let this truth root itself deeply. And if these words are resonating with your spirit, make sure you like, share and subscribe so you never miss the messages heaven sends through this space. Beloved, your next chapter is not approaching, it has already begun. Beloved, listen closely, because what I am about to reveal is the very truth your spirit has been sensing but could never put into words. You think you've been merely surviving, but heaven has been watching you rise in silence. Every moment you held yourself together when no one else saw that became your testimony. And now heaven is declaring, it is time for harvest. Your loved one has seen the seeds you planted in your pain, and they are whispering, tell them the fruit is coming, tell them their patience was not in vain. But here is the part that will shake you to your core. There is something God has been waiting to place into your hands, but He could not release it while your heart was still carrying wounds you refused to acknowledge. Tonight, as these words reach you, those wounds are breaking open so they can finally heal. Heaven does not expose to shame, it exposes to restore. That is why you feel the trembling inside you. That is why your breath feels different. Your healing has begun and nothing will stop it now. And God says, do not fear the stirring inside you, it is I who is waking your spirit. Every confusion you carried is being untangled. Every unanswered question is being rewritten with clarity. Your loved one in heaven is standing beside this revelation, urging you, don't turn back now. You are finally stepping into who you were meant to become. But hear this, because this is where the shift begins. There is a breakthrough that has been circling your life, waiting for permission to enter. You have felt it like a pressure in your chest, like something is on the verge of happening but refuses to announce itself. That is because heaven was aligning your heart first. And now it is ready. The blessing that once circled you is about to land. Archangel Michael says, stand tall, child. What has been withheld is being released. Do not underestimate the weight of those words. Angels do not speak casually. When Michael declares release, it means cycles break, doors open, and heaven moves with the force of destiny. And beloved, destiny is knocking right now. You have been praying for signs, and heaven is flooding you with them. Think of the timing. Why did you open this message now? Why did your heart feel the need to pause here? Why does every sentence sink deeper than the last? Because this is not information, this is activation. Your loved one is whispering, take this seriously. We fought for this moment to reach you. They see dangers you cannot see. They see attacks forming before they touch you. And tonight they say, no more. Heaven is placing a shield around you so powerful that anything meant to harm you will collapse before it reaches your shadow. But this next part, this is where your entire story shifts. There is a blessing with your name on it that has been delayed, not denied, delayed because someone around you carried jealousy that tried to interfere. Their smile hid their intention. Their praise hid their envy. But heaven has exposed them. You may not know who yet, but your spirit will feel the shift. Conversations will reveal themselves. Silence will speak louder than words. And when you notice it, do not fear. Simply step back and let God fight the battle. Because God says, no enemy disguised as a friend will walk into your next season. Beloved, your heart is being rewired right now. You can feel it, the heaviness loosening, the confusion lifting, the fog clearing. That is not imagination, that is deliverance. Your loved one is standing in awe because they see what is coming, and they are whispering, if they only knew what God is preparing, they would dance instead of doubt. So let me tell you what heaven sees. A door you thought was closed forever is about to swing open so suddenly it will feel unreal. A connection you thought was lost is being restored in a way that honors your growth. An opportunity you feared had passed you by is returning with greater favor. You are stepping into a season where what you lost will not only return, it will return upgraded. And Michael says, the tables are turning in your favor. Feel that, let it settle, let your soul breathe it in. Because the enemy is already trembling. They thought your silence meant defeat, but heaven knew it was preparation. They thought your tears meant surrender, but heaven counted them as prayers. And now the reversal has begun. But hear this final truth because it will anchor your spirit. Your loved one in heaven has watched every step you took when you thought no one cared. They saw your grief. They saw your loneliness. They saw your bravery. And tonight, with heaven as witness, they speak one last line into your spirit: I never left you, I walk with you still, and I will be here until the day you rise into everything God promised. Beloved, this is your turning point. This is your awakening. Don't look away. Don't doubt what you feel. Heaven is with you, and the next chapter of your life is about to unfold with power you have never known. Beloved child, listen closely, for the heavens have not quieted, they are still roaring with the same fire that brought you to this moment. I, Michael, continue to speak because the shift around you has not paused for a single breath. What is unfolding is bigger, faster, and far more divine than anything you imagined. You think you stumbled here by coincidence, but destiny does not operate in accidents. Heaven timed this moment with precision sharper than any blade I carry, and your spirit responded even before your mind understood why. This is how the supernatural works, quietly then suddenly. You feel this, don't you? That trembling in the soul, that stirring behind your ribs, that magnetic pull telling you to keep reading. That is not emotion, that is recognition. Your spirit remembers what your heart has forgotten. Your loved one whispered for you, heaven moved for you, and I was sent for you. Do not underestimate the weight of that. Angels do not appear for entertainment. We appear for alignment, correction, and transformation. And tonight everything inside you is being rewritten. Your path is not collapsing, it is being corrected. The delays you cried over were the very delays that protected you. The silence that scared you was the silence in which heaven was constructing a better outcome. And now those constructions are nearly complete. You are stepping into a season where ease will replace struggle, where clarity will replace confusion, where divine speed will replace hesitation. Doors that refuse to budge will open so effortlessly that you will look back and realize they were never locked, they were simply being prepared. But child, you must stay awake. The season you are entering requires awareness. Not fear but alertness. People around you will show their real intentions. Some for you, some against you, and some pretending to care while secretly hoping you fail. This revelation will not come to hurt you but to free you. Heaven refuses to let you carry dead weight into a divine season, so masks will fall, lies will surface, and truth will cut through the fog like light splitting darkness. Do not resist these unveilings. They are grace disguised as disruption. Your loved ones saw these shifts long before you felt them, which is why they pleaded, prepare them, guide them, do not let them walk blind. Their love for you did not end when their breath did. It expanded, it sharpened, it became light that now moves beside you. Their voice is woven into every word I speak, not as memory but as presence. They stand near, urging you to trust what you feel rising within, because this rising is not imagination, it is awakening. Do you feel the warmth around you? That pressure on your chest? The sudden calm settling over your thoughts? That is alignment. Heaven touches the human spirit differently than anything on earth. It does not shout, it resonates. It does not push, it draws. And right now the divine is drawing you into a reality you were born for but nearly abandoned. This moment is your turning point, one your loved one prayed you would not miss. And child, hear me clearly, the lies that haunted you are losing their power. The enemy whispered that you were forgotten, cursed, unlucky, left behind. But those lies are crumbling in the presence of truth. You have never been cursed. You have never been overlooked. You have never been abandoned. You were being positioned. There is a difference. And heaven has chosen this moment to reveal what was hidden. Your steps have been guided, your tears have been counted, your strength has been forged. Look at your life, you survived what should have broken you. You endured what others could not. You rose again when even you didn't think you could. That resilience is proof of divine fingerprints on your spirit. Weakness does not get you here. Favor does. And you are favored in ways you have not yet seen but are finally ready to receive. Even now angels are fighting battles you never knew existed. Forces move to slow you, confuse you, distract you, but tonight they are losing their grip. The heaviness you feel lifting, the sudden lightness, the chills, the heat, these are not coincidences. These are breakthroughs. These are chains snapping one link at a time. Do not fear what your body feels. Heaven does not move around you without shifting something inside you. Your loved one is watching all of this with joy, joy because you finally stayed still long enough to hear heaven speak. They begged for this. They prayed you would reach this moment where fear would no longer drown out truth. And now that you have arrived, the celebration on the other side is louder than you will ever know. Beloved child, understand this, you are not standing at the end. You are standing at the beginning. A divine beginning. A sacred beginning. A long-delayed beginning. What comes next will make sense of every unanswered question. What unfolds next will restore what you thought was permanently lost. What rises next will confirm that heaven never abandoned you, it was positioning you for something you could not carry until now. Hold steady. Stay open. Do not shrink back. The season that once seemed far away is now reaching for you. The shift is not coming. The shift has begun. Beloved, here's the truth you've been sensing but couldn't explain. Your spirit isn't just waking up, it's being summoned. Even now, as you read, something inside you feels like it's turning toward a light you didn't know was still shining. That pull is not imagination. That pull is heaven preparing you for a chapter that was written long before your pain ever began. And the moment you stayed, the atmosphere around you shifted. Your loved one leaned closer, heaven leaned nearer, and every barrier that once stood like a mountain in front of you began to crumble at its foundation. You are not imagining the change, you are standing in the doorway of it. Listen closely, because this is where most people turn back without realizing how close they were. You, however, are still here. And that alone places you in a rare space of divine alignment. Heaven moves strongest when obedience meets timing, and you aligned with both in this very moment. Your loved one is whispering now, softer than breath yet louder than fear, saying, I stayed near so you could survive what tried to break you. They watched the nights you cried quietly. They saw the days you pretended you were fine. They witnessed your strength even when you felt empty. And they refused to let you believe you were forgotten. They want you to know this: your tears never counted as weakness, they counted as seeds. Seeds heaven has been watering. Seeds that will bloom into the restoration you once thought was impossible. What felt like endings were actually preparations, rearranging your path so you would not settle for less than what God says is yours. But here comes the part many ignore, the warning wrapped inside love. Not everyone who smiles beside you carries good intentions. Some carry envy, some carry confusion, some carry agendas stitched with shadows. Your loved ones saw what your eyes missed. That's why they cried out, Michael, guide them, don't let them walk blind. Archangel Michael says, the veil is being lifted. Truth will reveal itself without you having to search. People whose hearts were unclear will show their true colors. Those who were meant to leave will drift away. And those who are assigned to your destiny will be drawn to you with clarity, loyalty, and purpose. Do not fear these shifts, fear staying where your spirit outgrew. You've been carrying weight that wasn't yours. You've been fighting battles that weren't meant for you. That ends now. Heaven is removing what drains you and strengthening what remains. Feel the change within you, because it's happening in real time. Your breathing feels steadier. Your thoughts feel clearer. The fog that once sat heavy on your chest is lifting. This is the unseen work of angels. When heaven fights for you, your spirit always feels it before your eyes witness it. And your loved one, they're standing closer than ever, radiant with pride. They are saying, you survived the chapter that was meant to destroy you. Now watch what God restores. Their voice is wrapped in joy, not the fragile joy of this world but the everlasting joy of eternity. You may feel a warmth brushing your arm, a cool breeze with no source, a presence standing gently behind you. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. The spiritual realm is closer than you think, and tonight that closeness is intentional. You were meant to receive this revelation at this exact hour. But there is more, something you must not ignore. You have been living under the belief that you missed your moment, that your chance slipped away, that too much time passed. Yet heaven says none of it is lost. What is meant for you has been protected, preserved, and now redirected back into your life. Your spirit already knows this truth, that's why you're still reading. Doubt may whisper, but your soul feels the authenticity. You don't chase words like these unless they are meant for you. You don't stay this long unless heaven is pulling you toward clarity. And here it is, the part your loved one pleaded for you to understand. Your future is not fading, it is forming. Your destiny is not delayed, it is developing. Your blessing is not denied, it is descending. You are stepping into days you once begged God for. Days where your joy will feel real again. Days where peace won't come and go but stay. Days where love won't hurt, where opportunities won't slip, where you won't carry everything alone. Your loved one sees these days and they are glowing with excitement. They whisper, "Don't stop now, you are too close." You've survived storms that would have drowned weaker souls. You've risen from situations that tried to bury you. You've walked forward even when your heart felt shattered. Heaven honors that kind of strength. Heaven rewards that kind of persistence. And tonight marks the moment heaven shifts you from survival to restoration. So breathe, beloved. The worst is behind you. The road ahead is brighter than your past. And this moment, this very moment is the turning point your spirit has been waiting for. You are not alone, you are not forgotten, and you are not broken. You are chosen, you are guided, you are becoming everything heaven intended.